trust us. Ain't gon' be no peace till it's just us. If not, I'ma squeeze the peace till it's just us.
Yo, what up? This is Taylor Banks. I'm from Denver, Colorado. Right now, I've been living in Des Moines, Iowa for, I don't even know, like 7-8 years now. I'm a rapper, MC, producer, engineer, singer, songwriter, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, I'll probably doing it, you know what I mean? Honestly, my man's had a good term for it that I was talking to him the other day. He do a lot of video stuff for me. He called it cinematic surrealism, you know, and I feel like that's a good term. I'm adopting that, you know what I mean? Because most of the time when I'm making music, you know, it's something that I'm seeing in my head. I'm a very visual thinker. So a lot of time when I'm making music, you know, when I'm thinking about what it is that I'm trying to create or write, I'm really just chasing the imagery that I'm seeing in my head and trying to describe that and you know, really paint a picture as cliche as that may be. You know, that's really what I'm trying to do a lot of time when I'm making music. Honestly, just like my life, you know, I try to, you know, everything that I write, it comes from a place that's, you know, something that I experienced or something that I saw, you know, trying to tell my story a lot of the time. What inspires me mostly to keep going is like, I really just want to be the best artist. You know, I want people that like my music to include me in a conversation of the best rappers, the best artists, their favorite artists. You know, I'm inspired by like athletes. I played sports my whole life growing up. You know, I played sports in college when I was going to college before I dropped out. And, you know, my favorite athletes are the ones that just really strove for greatness. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm in the studio every day. I'm writing songs every day. I'm making beats every day. I'm trying to record every day. You know, I treat it like an athlete would. You know, Kobe Bryant's in the gym, or Kobe Bryant, you know, RIP, was in the gym every day. Kobe Bryant was putting up 1,000 shots every day, no matter what, and going to practice and doing the team stuff, you know what I'm saying, and playing the game still. And so that's how I try to approach everything, is like, you know, the same type of work ethic that I would have to have, you know, if I was playing professional sports, is what I try to apply to me, you know, making music. Shoot, I listen to a lot of music. Honestly, it doesn't take much. I'm very competitive. So just listening to a lot of the artists that I respect, a lot of my peers and artists that I look up to, you know what I mean? Anytime somebody makes something, that's the thing that's going to inspire me the most to get in the booth and make some music. A lot of times I don't even like listening to music when I'm in the process of recording my albums or working on music, because I don't want to be in that frame of mind. You know, I don't think it alters my creativity too much, but I don't want to listen to the Kendrick Lamar album when I'm recording my album, because if he do something real good, then I know that it's gonna want to make me motivate to do something, you know what I'm saying, or to record or to add some extra. So that's really what inspires me, or what keeps me inspired, is other artists. You know what I'm saying? There's so much great music right now. There's so many great artists, you know what I'm saying? Artists that I know, artists that I work and collaborate with on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Artists that I hope to work with and collaborate on a regular basis. You know, that's really what inspires me. It's just my love for music and my desire to be one of the best that's doing it. Man, honestly, it's everything. That's what I'm trying to do. All my albums kind of exist in their own little like cinematic universes. I got my projects that I did with Ed Glorious. I've got projects that I got with, you know, that are movie tie-ins. I got other projects with other producers and self-produced, you know, series that all kind of exist in their own little like world or universe, and they're all, you know, kind of different perspectives from the same life and from the same, you know, story. That's one of the gifts and curses about, you know, even artistry, is like there's nothing new that I can really say to anybody. That's the Black experience. We've all kind of like, you know, I could post a picture of some sheets or a picture of a statue or a coffee table right now and have half the internet be like, I had that, or I remember that, or my grandma had that. That's what all unifies us, you know what I'm saying? But also everybody's own life within that is unique. The way that I saw that, the way that I interacted with those same things that everybody had, you know what I'm saying, access to or had within their realm of their own perspective, you know, I saw it a little bit differently. And so that's what makes, you know, music beautiful, is somebody else can describe the same thing that I saw completely different than how I saw it. And that's, you know, what I'm really trying to present every time that I'm making music, is just my own unique perspective of what, you know what I'm saying, might be a shared experience or might be something completely new, but I'm hoping that I'm describing it to you in a way that, you know, it feels like a shared lived experience regardless. The message that I really want to share to everybody is like, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that I'd even, you know, still be alive right now, and to be completely honest with you, and I never thought that, you know, even beyond that I'd be, you know, at the place that I'm at as an artist. You know, I've been making music for a really long time. I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, and there was a lot of times where, you know, things were harder. It would have been a lot easier for me to just go somewhere else or do something else, or you know, pretend like I didn't care or act like it didn't bother me when I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, getting the things that I thought that I worked hard enough to achieve or to have, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to encourage everybody that feels like they're stuck or feels like, you know what I'm saying, their efforts aren't necessarily going nowhere. There was long times where I was at plateaus. There was long times where there was times where I peaked and then went down, and I stayed down for a few years, and you know, I'm just now reaching really what I feel like is, you know, hopefully the beginning of me climbing a lot of different heights. You know, that's really the only thing like that separate me from a lot of the people that you know, even originally inspired me to make music or want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Is that I just kept going with it. You know, it's been a long time I've been doing it, and I hope to keep doing it for a long time. Man, I got a lot of music. I just had an album come out February 21st, Black Man with Wino, Willy. If you haven't heard that, you need to go listen to that right now. I should have a bunch of different music coming out this year. I have so many projects that are done and unreleased. I'm really just trying to bide my time and remain patient and make sure I'm taking care of like all of my business and all the administrative stuff that I need to do to make sure that my music is really reaching the maximum audience and reaching people, you know. It's not even necessarily about like, you know, I appreciate the numbers and the listeners and all of the stuff just because I want people to hear my music more than anything. You know what I mean? That's what's most important to me. So really just trying to make sure I have everything in order to make sure that all of the music that I got ready to go actually makes it to the intended listeners and makes it to people and makes it easy so people can, you know, find it and hear it and enjoy it. That's what I make it for. Yo, this is Tiller Banks, and you're watching Offstage with Okayplayer.